You're tuned into Capital Jazz TV. I'm your host, Jodine Dorsey. We are in the 15th annual Capital Jazz SuperCruise, sitting here with one of the most extraordinary singers that we have on the ship. Mr. Kem, how are you?
I'm great. How you doing?
I am fantastic.
Yeah.
This is our second time talking. I do remember that we had a SuperCruise interview before. That's posted on Capital Jazz TV at this time. And you're no stranger to us.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? How are you loving the experience?
Love being on the boat. You
Yeah.
know? And it's a great time for me to relax before the shows. My wife and I have 6 kids between us.
I heard. Ooh, we gonna talk about that.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm digging being on the boat. Yes, we're having a lot of fun.
That's fantastic. And when you're on the boat, do you have time for yourself? Like, I know a lot of people are coming up to you. They want to talk to you. People giving you praises. I was watching so many women in there talking about your song and how it impacted them. Does that still impact you?
Absolutely, and I love being in a space where I can get up close and personal, with my fans, because none of this happens without without our fans. So yeah, it's a good time.
Perfect, and you're taking advantage of the workouts. Let me just tell you, I saw you walking. I was like, does Kem work out every day?
No. No, we don't work out every day. No.
But how do you keep the breath? How do you keep your exercise? What's your regimen?
Prayer.
And there it is.
Prayer and as much water as possible.
Yes. Shout out to H2O.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. So, Kem, I was at his Q&A. We have a Q&A here on the SuperCruise where you, SuperCruisers, get to ask the artist questions.
Yeah.
And you mentioned something that I was just so confused about. You said that you started off as a songwriter and you didn't see yourself singing because you didn't think you had a good singing voice.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think I had I can carry a tune.
You can carry a note.
But I was really I was writing songs for other people. There were people that I was hanging out with when I was younger who were great singers, and I was writing songs for them. And they would always be nudging me, you should sing this, or let's make this a duet and you take this verse, or we like your falsetto, you should use your falsetto. So I had more confidence in my songwriting ability than I did being the guy who's in front and who's carrying the whole thing.
Right. How did you overcome that, though? Because there's a lot of people, I'm sure, that's listening to your story.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have thought that. I call you one of our greatest singers of our generation.
That's
right?
funny. Yeah.
We wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah.
How do you overcome that challenge?
I mean, I just feel that along the way I've grown into who I'm supposed to be. In this, I just grew into what it was I was supposed to be doing. And I wasn't having success. Well, there was value in writing songs for other people.
That's right.
There was value in that pursuit. I learned a lot. I honed in on my songwriting craft. There's a discipline of learning and writing songs, but but there's at a certain point it's like, okay, well, what else can I do?
Right.
What else is there for me? Is this the full scope of my potential is doing this, and gradually.
Full scope of potential.
The full scope of what is the full scope of your potential?
Right.
There's so much more. There's always so much more than what we're focused on. There's always more. So and for me, singing my own songs became more for me. And,
right.
And I've just embraced it and have been doing it ever since.
I am so glad. Let me tell you how honored we are that you stepped into your shoes and you are doing what God has given you, the talents that God has given you with songwriting and using your voice. How important is spirituality? I know you talk a lot about giving thanks to God and walking in order. How important is that with your day-to-day?
I correlate everything to my spiritual experience. Like what
Right. Why, right?
What else? What else is there, right? What
Right.
else? I mean, that's really all that it's about, and not correlate everything to my spiritual experience. I'm not coming from a place of I'm always spiritual, I'm always on the top of the mountain, because my wife and kids will tell you that is definitely not the case. However, even when it's not the case, I have a reference point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like even if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, or doing the operating at the highest level, I have a reference point. I know where it's supposed to be.
That's right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
So there's always seeing everything as much as possible through the lens of my faith is what has allowed me to navigate, and what is that is my foundation.
As a preacher's kid, I love to hear it.
Yeah, there you go.
I love to hear it. Talking about family, oh, you shared that story about praying for you because you have a 27-year-old to a 1-year-old.
Yeah.
6 between the both of you.
Never a dull moment.
Never. If you go to his Instagram, it is literally watching the Kem family reality show.
Yeah. Never a dull moment. And I'm grateful for it.
How did you ever see yourself where you are right now back then with this family, with this blended family?
No. 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 I didn't see it.
You didn't see it coming.
And and I'm grateful that I didn't see it.
Right.
Because
Right.
had I seen it, because it's such a tremendous some of the ways in which God wants to bless us, and He wants to use us to be of service to in our lives, and of greater service in our lives. If He showed us what it was in advance,
That's bring the word.
we'd never do it.
Bring the word. Bring that word.
If He told you
Facts.
what was going to be required,
Facts.
I would be like,
I'm good. I'm
I
good
don't
right
think so.
here. Right.
But it's been the biggest. It's been the most impactful blessing of my life is my wife and my kids.
That is beautiful to hear.
Yeah.
That is beautiful to hear. I watched your TV One Unsung. Your TV One Unsung. We played here on the SuperCruise. We played it on the ship. Thank you, TV One. They let us air your Unsung here. One of the most impactful, powerful Unsungs I've seen. Period.
Yeah.
Period. When is Kem's story coming out?
Soon. I just put the finishing touches on
That's
my
what
memoir.
I wanted to hear. That is what I wanted
My
to
memoir,
hear.
which is co-written by David Ritz. That'll be out in the spring.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So you get to, yeah.
It's
The
time.
name of the book is called Share My Life.
Yes.
Yeah, we're excited about it, and excited about the impact that I'm hoping it would have in the lives of people who are trying to get to what's next.
Yeah, that's right.
We're speaking to overcoming. We talk about a lot of things, everything from mental health to
That's
substance abuse. I mean, so it's a lot. It's called Share My Life. Look out for it, and let me know what you think about it. At Music by Kem.
At Music by Kem.
Yeah.
Couple more questions. I know we got to wrap it up. I know I'm looking at the producer telling me, like, speed it up. But I've got to say, first, 2 congratulations are in order. 20 years in the game.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations for the Grammy nomination.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Successes are pouring down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pouring down on you. For the 20 years, you've had to navigate this music industry as it changes and evolves. How have you done it? And what words do you give to those that are coming out now in this different industry that you came in? How do they make the impact you made?
Look,
or better,
for
or
me,
more?
everything starts with the song. It starts with a great song, and having great people, around me, trying to surround myself always with people who are smarter than I am. But even before it gets to them, it starts with a great song.
That's right.
It starts with good music. So 20 years of just trying to make great music, and we've done things to make sure that we keep it fresh and keep it contemporary. But at the core, all the music starts with a Kem song.
That's right.
So, we're gonna keep trying to do that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
How do people keep in contact with you? How do they know what's coming next?
At Music by Kem on all social media platforms. At Music by KEM. Tour dates.
Yes.
The book. We're heading out on the Soul to Soul tour with Lettucey and Music Soul Child starting in South Carolina on the 3rd of February, Atlanta on the 4th, and then a slew of dates after that from February until May.
Perfect.
Come holler at us.
Yes.
Get your tickets.
Get your tickets.
You don't want to miss it.
Oh, sounds incredible.
Yeah.
Kem, it is always a pleasure. I am so happy you're on this ship.
Well, thank you.
I'm so happy I get to see him perform, and it's always a blessing when we hear your story. So thank you for sharing it with us.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
This is Jodine. This is Kem. You're tuned in to the Capital Jazz TV.